Hello and welcome. I'm the Cardomancer, and welcome to my channel. I made this so I can sort of document exploring different types of card reading. I am a tarot reader. It's my favorite thing. I've been doing it for a while. So pretty. Personally, for very close friends, close people, but I wanted to be able to share my gifts with others, as well as all of the things that I've learned as well. My main motivation for starting this was this little thing right here. I recently got into Lenormand and kind of fell in love with it instantly. But it feels like not a lot of people know a ton about it. Not a lot of people use it. This is actually a homemade Lenormand card. I basically started learning about it, wanted to try it out, and I just found a deck of cards and made my own. I have a whole spreadsheet of research that I have done prior to making this, but yeah, if for those who don't know, Lenormand is a type of cardomancy or card divination. It does use playing cards, usually with suits on them, um, and they function more in terms of syntax. So you'll have maybe like a subject, and then you'll have the descriptor of that subject. So they're normally pulled in two cards. We got some rough ones. Now, oddly enough, the tower in tarot usually abrupt endings, unstable foundations crashing down. But the tower in Lenormand is more about loneliness, gives more hermit or hanged man vibes, loneliness, ego, government, authority, isolation, arrogance. You can think of like both looking up at the like pure expanse of a tower, how untouchable it can seem, the authority that it carries, or you can also see it as yourself being locked inside the tower and the loneliness or protection that can come from that. I've made these cards with a few little details to help me out. The general energy, you'll see this one's neutral, this one is generally negative. Time, excuse me, time ranges, timing generally associated with that planet and the astrological sign that is associated with it as well. But these are a lot more, I don't want to necessarily say literal, but it for lack of a better word, a little bit more literal. For example, with the tower and the coffin, you do read them as pairs. This could be the ending of a large authority or government. It could be the death of the ego. It could just simply be ego death. You could read it directly that way. Mourning, maybe the loss of the solitude, or loneliness causing grief. So there's several ways to read it, but generally the tower is the subject, ego, authority, isolation, a thing or a concept, and the coffin is going to clarify that. So there may be some endings or grief or mourning surrounding this. And then again, you can tell timing. I am still learning, so I'm still kind of incorporating a lot of these other ideas, but it's been a really fun start so far. What I am leading up to is being able to do some grand tableau readings, which is when you pull all, I think there's 32, 36 of these cards, pull every single one of them. It's in a specific configuration, 4 at the bottom, and then I believe it's like 8x4 across the top. Flip all the cards, and depending on the different locations of the cards, the directions that you're reading them, how many cards you're reading, where they're placed in relation to other cards, it really expands. I don't want to get too much into that because I may end up making a video that specifically addresses that. But if you do want more information, you can find a lot of that, Google. You know how it is. You can absolutely Google it, get some good standard information on grand tableaus. I'm really excited to be able to get more comfortable with Lenormand so that I can eventually get into doing that more consistently for everyone. But yes, I first wanted to just start by combining tarot and Lenormand. I think it gives a really more detailed picture of, what we're asking, what we're trying to find out. So, again, I'm still learning all the cards, getting a feel. It can be more interpretive, like, one person's definition of book. It's going to be probably similar to someone else's, but not exactly. It may bring certain other ideas to mind. Book in this case for me. I wrote down a few keywords on my own, but generally book is about knowledge, secrets. You can think of the symbolism as very literal. Open a book to gain knowledge, or secrets hidden within it, information, research. Get a neutral card. Is that Pisces and Neptune, if I'm not mistaken? Kind of future timing. From what I know, you don't normally read these reversed. There really would be no point in doing that. So similar to tarot, very unlike tarot in certain ways. So I wanted to start out by the moon, intuition, artistry, emotions, fears, desires. It's always very funny when certain cards come out, and it kind of hits you a little bit. But to start, I wanted to just pull a very simple, we could do like a rest of the month spread for the general, for the collective, whoever catches this, whoever watches this. So, it may not include me as well, but yeah, just whoever this is called to, whoever needs this information, we're going to ask that we're able to provide clear, concise answers for whoever needs this, whoever this will help. More than anything, like helping people. So if any of this can help you, assist you in any way, then I've done my job. If it doesn't resonate for you, if it's not hitting, then leave it. You don't have to. You don't have to take anything that isn't for you. That's a very important thing that we should all keep in mind. You never have to take anything that is not meant for you. Just leave it for someone else. But what I'm going to do, if you kind of see in the back, there's a few, I have almost all of my, as I mentioned, tarot card boxes, all my decks, rather, lined up back there. There's a few that I use a lot. There's a few that are incredibly new. There are a few that I've used a ton, but just haven't in a while. But we'll see. Oh, look, my fiddly hands. We'll see what we get into. So we'll cut that. I'm just kind of going to figure out what we're looking forward to. I have my little labradorite quartz, amplifying quartz here. This was a palm stone too, but try to get a nice palm stone. I love this labradorite palm stone, the little rainbow eye there. So pretty. I've been sleeping with this under my pillow, actually, for all those that one little tip off, and my dreams have been very informative, very loud, very consistent. Actually, I've been having the same type of dream over and over and over. So if you want to do some clarify your dreams a little bit, you can try bowl of water trick if you have an area under your bed, labradorite and some amethyst, but some melatonin for sure. But yeah, let's get into it. So I think that I'm kind of looking at the decks, trying to figure out what we want to do. Let's see, little stick arm here. I think that we're going for this. Ask the Witch. It's feeling like that's the right one. And you know what? We'll just start with the two for now, and maybe we'll get clarifiers as we go. Like I pick another deck with clarifiers. I had half a mind to go over the different decks that I have. And I usually try to pick them by whatever one is calling for me. They all have their own personalities. Some are loud, some are a little forward, some are very kind, very motherly. They'll give it to you in a nice way. And there are others that won't. Ask the Witch deck. Can I see here? Not necessarily one of the ones that's I don't want to say not nice, just forward, generally. We'll tell you what you need to know. We'll say that. And I always appreciate that as a reader. Kind of look inside of here. Ooh. We actually have some interesting cards popping off right off the bat, but we're not going to get too much into that. But you can kind of see the art here. See some other cards. See some upright ones. Yeah, the Magician, gorgeous. What else? What's this? Two of Pentacles. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous cards. I really like a nice consistent card design as well. The borders and everything like that. But we'll go ahead and use this, and we'll pick two cards. Again, Lenormand is read in pairs, so we'll pick two cards from the Lenormand. We'll pick corresponding cards to associate and clarify with the tarot. So I'm going to move this out of the way real quick. And we're just going to start with this. I've already shuffled and cut, but for some reason I was compelled to slice this in half and just pop that a couple times. Kind of try to work on, you know, it's hard sometimes working with your instinct when you're heavily, you know, I got an air big 3, just blast myself out right there. So that comes a little naturally when you know how to listen to your intuition. I think that's important. Everyone has an intuition, but how they listen to it, how it talks, or how they notice, how they're able to tune in can be different. So, blam. So for the collective, whoever finds this, whoever needs this, we're going to pull 2 cards just to see the next couple weeks. You know, October's almost over. Things still feel a little uncertain. I think there's Mars retrograde in Gemini right now. So we're just going to pick 2 cards and see kind of what we can expect, what we can look out for. So we're looking at house and ring. Oh, lovely. This can be quite lovely. And we'll kind of go through the cards as well. This is something that also helps me as well to get used to the cards' meanings, commit them to better memory, you know. Practice by doing. Told the girls, I'll say I am a 50-50 shuffler, as you can tell already. It's getting real dicey in here. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. We always have that moment where it's like, I feel like a lot of readers, it's like you have a couple good shuffles, and then it's just that one where it's like, oh no, I think that was one too many. Gotta undo that one real quick. Oh, drop that one away. But yes, okay. So usually when I shuffle, I just let them kind of pop out on their own. I felt like I might want to just pull a couple from here, but you know what? Let's just see for house what card we're going to be ending up with. The card is clarify the house, but what we can expect for the rest of October. What can we expect for the rest of October? Oh, and maybe not even something. Ooh. Got 2 there. Oh, okay. Well then, you know what? I think these are twins. We got 2 pages as well. Wow. Put the girls here. 2 pages. Page of Cups and Page of Swords. So, since the cups revealed first, I'll say that is for the house. This was hiding behind it. That is the clarifier, the ring. This is, yeah. So already. This is always exciting for me. I genuinely love doing this, but we're going to dig right into it. So we have house, which is, as you could probably guess, home. Incidentally, is the 4 stability, Cancer, 4th house, very much having to do with home, your dwelling, safety, stability, privacy. I don't know if you can read those. Permanency, Cancer, the moon, generally positive, and we have a neutral card as well. So the feeling is generally positive, and that's amazing. So in terms of home, house, just reading the Lenormand across, which there's several ways you could do this. You could obviously read that and then clarify. You can read usually this way and this way, but just so we can kind of get the ideas of these out. The ring, circular, has to do with contracts, marriage, commitment, promises, honor, cooperation, repeating cycles specifically. So, I mean, just like a ring. The continuation, bringing together 2 ends into a full circle, and, you know, an end to a beginning even. But together, a house, a your stability, your safety. You could be entering into contracts around that. There could be some commitments being made regarding your home, or just regarding your stability. Your stability could be going through a repeating cycle. So maybe this is something that's like, I've been here before, I've experienced this before. You could be going around again to get another perspective, or to do things differently, to end that repeating cycle, to break that commitment. So any of those things can be relevant, but with the Lenormand alone, we're seeing a home that is going to be, even marriage. There could be some stability being changed or restructured through a commitment, through a marriage. But that is going to be that's our base. Now, normally when I read these for myself, I'm reading together. So we have the house with the Page of Cups. Okay, pages are, pretty, I don't want to say juvenile, but for lack of a better word, pretty juvenile. And with the Page of Cups specifically, it could have to do with, juvenile emotions, we could say. But I think that's a very literal, but maybe not all encompassing. That's a very direct reading of. If I'm looking at this directly, this person is really cherishing what they have here, not too concerned about all of the abundance that's around them. So this could be about a specific opportunity that you're seeing, or the possibility of a specific opportunity having to do with your housing or having to do with your stability, and kind of scooping that from all of the other stuff surrounding it. So that is my initial, just kind of reading it from visuals only. And when it comes to the ring, we have the Page of Swords. And in general, a lot of the sword court cards can be, and not always, but can be a little bit more cutting. They're more about the intellectual ideas, about truth, cunning, about thinking, about processes, and internal processes. And with the Page of Swords with the ring, the thing that keeps popping up in my head over and over is being careful about any new contracts or commitments that you have, being careful of any new things coming up, and being discerning. Like the pages can have a little bit of a naivete to them, so it could be that you're being asked to be careful of being naive of any commitments you're making, or being more calculated, or looking more into whatever commitments you're getting into that could affect your stability. So that's kind of a general overarching idea. I am going to go into my Ask the Witch, because this has a very interesting little booklet here, where it doesn't just have the interpretations. Wow, beautiful art, gorgeous art. But it also has in the back here, Ask the Witch. And it will have witch messages for each card. So let's look into the Page of Cups and see what they have to let us know. So I am sensitivity, dreams, innocence. I fall in love with words, leaves, and gazes. I give inspiration. So immediately I'm getting, yes, so something having to do with your inspiration or your creativity is going to possibly be facilitating this new stability, maybe even a new home. Creative endeavors that are leading you to more stability, or to a change in stability and safety. Again, overall positive cards. So not in a, there are cards specifically for instability, things that are not, it's not so much like tarot where it's like house could be bad. It could be bad given the other cards, not on its own. That's why, don't read reverses. But yeah, it could be something having to do with your inspiration, your intuitiveness, your creativity, that is allowing for more stability, new opportunities for stability, perhaps. Or maybe that's what you build your stability around, what you should build your stability around, perhaps. In the case of Page of Swords, let's see. Here's my Page of Swords. Here we are. I am the quick of tongue who twists the plot of the story I tell. I am vigilant and able, and I rewrite the story to make it true. Yeah, so that's that, a little bit of that, kind of that dark side of the Page of Swords. But again, when I hear that, immediately I keep thinking of be careful, because this doesn't necessarily have to be your energy. This could be the energy of this commitment. It could be that people are trying to kind of rewrite the truth, so to speak, as far as that goes. So being careful of contracts, or if a really good contract or commitment or something like that comes in, and if it's a contract or commitment that has to do with your stability or your home, just be sure to be very discerning about it, again, and just make sure that everyone is coming to it with, full chest, so to speak. So yeah, I'm going to dig in. I actually have my big book. I have a say of notes. That sounds, I don't know if that sounds super lame, but my big book of notes that I keep as I study tarot, get more familiar with different cards. I do like to refer to that as well for any other insight that I may, that may pop up. So let's see, for the Page of Cups, yeah, this is definitely still giving me a positive vibe. Like, this is going to be good, even if it may not look like it is, but you do still have to keep yourself on your toes. You know what I mean? Don't take whatever is coming to you. Don't take any, slosh of water. This is the specific one that you want. You want that cup, not all this other stuff. Okay, don't let them leave you barren. You know what I mean? This is actually pulling, like, this becomes this. You think you're getting all of this, but you're only getting this here. So make sure nobody's trying to, pull that away from you, But yeah, like, this is definitely can be of good, or even just the act of exercising your discernment around the situation could provide even better results than you think. Because again, if it's not for you, don't take it, Don't take whatever it is. Take what you want, what you genuinely have passion behind, But yeah, let's pop into our swords. Let's see if there's any other thoughts or ideas that are coming up. Yeah. Yeah, so this is heavily reading in the intuition, and just, being able to tell when those good opportunities are abound, being able to tell when something is truly for you, using your intuition, and using your intuition to see those opportunities, and to not just kind of brush them aside because, well, it doesn't seem like it's possible. This doesn't seem like it's for me. I don't know how I'm going to. If it's something you truly enjoy, if it's something you know is right for you, if you're using your intuition to let it guide you towards what is truly for you, then it'll come second nature most times. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own insides and outsides, but in general, if you're moving towards something that is for you, that is of you, then it'll be easy. It'll be easier than you think, we'll say. I do want to get clarified, but I actually am going to go for a threefer, and I'm going to go to this side, and I'm going to kind of pull a... Ooh, okay, so I have this Tarot by Bronx, one of my favorite readers. Fantastic. Go check them out. Absolutely. Been watching them for years, but I have their everything deck. It's gorgeous. Took me a very long time to be able to get this, but color coded. These are general. These are love related. Green is money related. But I feel like for this specific situation, where this overall message of your intuition is going to be leading you towards, or your creativity is going to be leading you towards these new opportunities for stability, and making sure to use your great mental acuity to navigate those in your best interests, and to be able to identify those new commitments that are going to be in your favor. I think this would be a good deck to use to kind of specify that versus our oracle, but we might pull a crow later. Love my crows. I love them. I have two crow decks. I have the Crow Tarot and the Crow Oracle, Urban Crow Oracle, both by MJ Cullinan. Love them so much. I love crows. There's another deck that I think was, it looked like it was a crow deck, but I think it's actually just like, the art is fantastic, but I think it's just like themed around that particular art style, but still gorgeous. So probably might get it when I'm able to. But so in terms of this, let's kind of clarify just so we can get some confirmation for whoever's out there. Knocking everything. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We are knocking it all apart. That seems pivotal in itself. Wowzers. We're going to throw that out there, but let me readjust. We're throwing it all out there is what I heard. We are throwing it all out there. Let's move that down so you can see everything. We're throwing it all out there. Just keep hearing that in my head. Wow. Ooh, wow. Let the collective know. Whoever finds this, whoever needs this, let's clarify this message. House ring, Page of Cups, Page of Swords. There you go. Wow. As Owen Wilson would say, small business, BTM or G. So yeah, this could be maybe a new form of stability that you're getting from your intuitive pursuits, from your creative pursuits. This is oddly enough a message I've gotten for myself as well. Therapist. Yes. Y'all need therapy. It should be free. Everyone should have somebody objective to talk to that can help you navigate your emotions if you do not know how. We've got some more letters here. I'm going to put these here. O, Q, U, X, or Z, B, T, N, or G. Let's pull a couple more. Oh, we got a couple more. We got a three more. You know what? Let's pull all of them. Yes. Job loss or decrease. Change. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so it's looking like, first off, any of these are relevant. Blam, blicky blam, blicky bam. Any of those letters are relevant. You have that to start off with. Yes, we are hearing yes to change. There may be, some of us out here, unfortunately, it may be something that is catalyzed by this, or perhaps this could be the loss of an opportunity that you thought was for you, a commitment that you thought was for you that is not. Maybe it is better for you to focus more on your own endeavors, your small businesses. There is change here. There is change. Yes. Yes. But this is not always a terrible thing. Speaking from experience, sometimes this gives you the clarity, the room to be able to reevaluate whether or not the commitments you're making are for your best interests or leaving you dry, so it doesn't have to be something that's ripped away from you. I know that can cause anxiety for some people. It could just be something you choose to walk away from. You choose to make that change in order to get into that. I mean, perhaps you wanting to be a therapist. Perhaps that is what you want to go into, is helping people, guiding people, as I wanted to do. It's the reason why I mustered up all the courage I had in my body to start recording. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of work, but I did it, and I am so far glad I did. As long as I can provide people with the help they need, just the guidance, the perspective even, so this is the girl. This has been really nice. I am gonna grab one crow from the box. Blam. The crows, gorgeous babies. I'm gonna grab one crow. We'll just kind of get a, oh no, wait, my bad. My apologies. This is actually Crow Tarot. I need the Oracle. So we'll grab a crow and we'll see what the crows are trying to tell us. Ooh, look, there's a bad one. I have at least one bad shuffle. One of the bad ones. We'll just switch that. We'll do a take two. And it's already interesting filming tarot readings. I feel like there's always the moments where you're just kind of considering and thinking. And I want to edit as little as possible. I'm hoping I don't have to do too much editing here. Kind of leave it as raw as I can. See the process. Yeah, there we go. Gorgeous. Let's get one Crow Oracle. Some advice moving forward to make these changes in our best interest, to make the changes we need to evaluate in the way we need to. What do we need to know? What do we need to consider? Ooh, what do we need to consider? The collective. Oh, hello, girl. Balance. There we go. Just because it said that, I'm going to pick another Tarot by Bronx everything card. This is so silly because I don't like that there's 4 and 3. I don't know what that is. 7 is a good number, abundance number, moving towards the things working towards the things that you want. But I'm just going to pop one more card off the top. Meant to be. I just literally popped it off the top of my deck. FYI, this is not the box it came in. I repurposed the box from another tarot deck, or tarot deck that I don't really use that much. It actually fit perfectly. It's crazy, but yeah, meant to be. So perhaps there is a abrupt change or something here that may not be what you expected, but this is endings lead the way to new beginnings. It's full circle. It's the full circle. But we have balance here for our advice, what we can do to move into this. We have another 4 as well, stability numbers. These pages can be pretty young, young in thought, young in the process of, but you're in the court now, you know what I mean? Like, this is young, but this isn't Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're in the higher steps of this. We're hitting the crescendo. We got these eclipses coming up, so this is it feels like ramping things up. But let's see. For balance, have you ever noticed how even in windy days, crows and other birds can stay perfectly positioned on a thin telephone wire? They seem almost unfazed or unbothered by the wind. When we are in balance, we meet external forces with our internal strength, giving each space to exist in harmony. When balance appears, you may need to call upon your inner strength, as an approaching situation may test your ability to stay cool and composed. Just like the wind, it too will make its presence known and then move along. Balance may also appear when your daily schedule could use some reorganizing. Are you creating time for yourself, or is your day consumed with tasks that drain your energy? Wow, yes. So that's really piling on top of there. Balance. Being able to find balance in even the most struggleacious. Some people, it may be this. Again, this doesn't have to be an abrupt. This could be just something that doesn't work out how you want. Even just change for a lot of people can be a lot. Starting a small business can be a lot. But you have to be able to work through to have balance, because, none of that stuff is permanent. It's rough for a while, but if you keep working through that, you will get through it. And more specifically, maybe you do need to reorganize. Maybe if you're trying to attain this, maybe you're trying to get to these places, but you're not able to, maybe reassess how you're going about your day-to-day, what it is that you're doing that you don't need to, that's not enriching you, that's not helping you, jobs or anything that are not helping you, enriching you. I'm not trying to tell y'all to quit your jobs, but I'm saying if you have other options, even if you don't think you do, you need to start thinking like you have other options. You have to start creating those opportunities in your mind so that they can actualize in your life. This was a call out to myself as well. So if anybody feels personally called out, I feel you. But it's important to know, because once you know, you can act. So hopefully that was helpful for everybody. Hope to see you again soon. Subscribe if you'd like. I don't know if I'm going to be posting super regularly. I might try to do at least one a week, and if anyone has any specific suggestions for any questions that they want to ask or types of readings, I'm hoping to get into pick a card soon. But for now, we're just going to keep it cute. We'll stay with our little twin readings, and bust it out like that. So yeah, have a great one. Enjoy yourself, and hope this was helpful.